The phone call came from her own number. Ella's phone buzzed late at night. The caller ID showed her own number. So she answered, but it wasn't her. It was her voice, but it sounded like she was whispering from inside the house. "Don't go to the window." Ella hung up seconds later. She couldn't help but peek through the curtains, and she gasped. There was a shadow standing in her yard, staring up at the window. It was her future self. She realized with a jolt. Her future self had just saved her life. But how? You see, earlier that day, Ella had been playing with her new drone. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining, the birds were tweeting. Ella was having the time of her life. But then suddenly, a gust of wind knocked her drone out of the sky and it crashed into her neighbor's house. The neighbor was an elderly woman who lived alone. And when she heard the crash, she assumed it was a burglar trying to break in. So she called the police and hid in a room. When Ella realized what had happened, she immediately ran to her neighbor's house to apologize. But as she was about to knock on the door, she saw the police arrive. She turned and ran away. She didn't want to get arrested for trespassing. She didn't know where to go, so she ran to her own house and locked herself in her room. Hours passed and she heard the police finally leave. She crept out of her room and went to the window. She looked down and saw the shadow of her future self standing in her yard. Then she heard her phone buzz. It was her future self calling her from her own phone to warn her not to come to the window.